High hopes this week on the Football League show. A meeting of two teams with Premier aspirations. Leicester play Middlesbrough. It's all changed for the Robins. 1 week gone, the Championship has its first managerial casualty. Bristol City are at Doncaster. And a happy homecoming. QPR's Neil Warnock hopes to heap the pressure on his former club, Sheffield United. We begin the show with two clubs who both have high hopes of a return to the Premier League. Leicester, watched by their new owners, and Middlesbrough both suffered surprise defeats on opening day. So who could get their promotion push back on track? Your commentator, Dan O'Hagan.
On to Lloyd Dyer here, Campbell with him. This is DJ Campbell! Deflection, which takes the ball over the top. Dyer combined here with DJ Campbell. And Hoyt's block off his back, behind for the game's first corner. In goes that corner. Oh, and the header off the crossbar! With Steele Beaton sent back in by Welland. And Leicester go mighty close here. Sent back in there by Bailey here for Barry Robson. Goalkeeper Wheeler's got a fist on the ball and Wheater's header over the top. In truth, the ball did come at Wheater at a fair rate of knots and he couldn't quite find the time to control the header here. That's a lovely ball. Bailey first time, not so lovely. Robson and Luke Williams. Williams keeps his footing here. Luke Williams, oh, just wide, but what a run from Luke Williams. Only 17. And this young rookie showed here he is full of self-belief. The referee wants the wall to stay back its required distance. It will do now. It's going to be DJ Campbell's free kick and a super save from Borough's rookie goalkeeper, Jason Steele. Campbell here with a great connection, and look at that. This is DJ Campbell again. Campbell, it's a wonderful run, but no end result for Leicester and for DJ Campbell. Well, such a transformed player since that loan move to Blackpool, isn't he? Oakley's latest free kick sent in, and Steele half away, back in by Dyer, and Howard on towards Hobbs. And really bravely done by Nicky Bailey to get the ball away for Middlesbrough. It stays scoreless between the men of Sousa and Strachan. It's O'Neill's ball in towards the near post, Wheel half away. Robson's in there, the whistle's gone. The referee saw a push and a shove as Robson couldn't quite connect with the parry from the goalkeeper. Dyer. Hoyt's mistake, it's Lloyd Dyer's cross, it's DJ Campbell's header, which should have been a goal. Oh, Leicester's best second half opening. Howard, clever touch for Andy King, for Steve Howard! Oh, fingertips from Jason Steele this time. Howard, not known for finesse, almost steers away past the new Borough goalkeeper. McDonald skips away from Richie Wellens. McDonald's cross for Chris Boyd. Nielsen clear. O'Neill back in! Well, Gary O'Neill with a shot which is mighty close to a spectacular opener here for Middlesbrough. Gallagher with another Leicester corner. In by Gallagher, and LeMay's in there, and it's hooked away. McManus in the right place to clear there for Middlesbrough.
Well, after last week we had to Again, we got a good result of cup tie away during the week, so we won that, and we've come to Leicester, who are a good side, and we got a draw. And we didn't. We're not passing the ball as well as we like at the moment, that's for sure. But we're working hard. We're working hard, and we need to keep plugging away till we get the flow of the game right, and give Chris and Scotty more opportunities at goals.
Against a team like Middlesbrough, who bring everyone fit, looking for the promotion, you know, it's what we create today here, the personality. I saw it from my lads in the game, the quality with more regularity during all the game. Becoming more constant to create and to dominate our opponent. I'm glad. I'm not glad for the result we get, because we deserve much more than we get today here.
The last time this fixture was played, it was a Premier League match and there were 11 goals. That time, Portsmouth ran out 7-4 winners, and it took the home side less than 8 minutes to take the lead in this one. Matt Ritchie with the cheeky bit of skill, Dutch teenager Nadir Sipsi with the goal on his first league start for the club. Now, Gylfi Sigurdsson's threat from free kicks is hardly a secret. Doesn't make it any easier to stop them, though. Pompey thankful to still be ahead after the break. Now, this clearly wasn't going to be a repeat of that classic 3 years ago. The proof, David Nugent failing to double the lead. And then second-half sub Michail Antonio's efforts from Jimmy Kebe's cross. The verdict, should have done better. But if you put Portsmouth under enough pressure, they can be brittle. Brynjar Gunnarsson with real persistence. Kebe with the final touch to salvage a point for Reading.
After a 4-year absence, Championship football has returned to the Den. And after a memorable opening day win at Bristol City, Millwall's next opponents were Premier League casualties Hull. Full of confidence after that shock result on opening day, Millwall were off to the best possible start. Steve Morrison was playing conference football just over a year ago, but took no time at all to adjust to life in the Championship. It's always hard for an ex-Charlton man to endear himself to the Millwall fans, but a goal on your home debut is a good place to start. Kevin Lisby with the second inside the half hour, again thanks to a James Henry cross. Hull manager Nigel Pearson had used all 3 substitutes by the start of the second half. His frustrations were fuelled further by a third Millwall goal. Steve Morrison made his debut for Wales on Wednesday night, a dream week getting better and better. And it only got worse for the away side when Liam Trotter added a 4th. James Henry with his 4th pinpoint delivery of the afternoon. Millwall in dreamland, and you can see how Hull have failed to win away from home since March 2009. With so little to be cheerful about, it's worth highlighting the performance of second-half substitute and new signing Robert Corrin. Slovenia's World Cup captain had the best chance to grab a consolation. He'll hope for better times to come. So after 4 years in League One, the Lions' first Championship game at the Den proved well worth the wait.
Two former Nottingham Forest teammates faced off at Portman Road, with Brian Laws and Roy Keane both looking to build on impressive opening day wins. It was the away side that could have taken the lead early on. When Ross Wallace set up Wade Elliott, he looked destined to score, but if you watch closely, Martin Phillip uses his head to keep the ball out. Unorthodox, but it will do. Keane handed a start to Tottenham loan signing Andros Townsend, and the youngster was one of Ipswich's outstanding performers, creating this chance for Jonathan Stead after the Burnley defender's comical attempts to clear. The game looked to have turned in the second half after David Edgar crudely stopped an Ipswich break. Edgar knew what was coming as he'd already been booked. Burnley were forced to play the final 10 minutes with 10 men. Ipswich made that numerical advantage count with 4 minutes to go. Burnley a touch soft to the back here. David Norris with a nice bit of improvisation. The hosts on course for all 3 points and their best start to a league campaign in 8 years. But there was more drama to follow when in stoppage time, Graham Alexander's corner was somehow turned in by Clark Carlisle to steal a point for Brian Law's side. A result then that Keane refused to blame on the ongoing situation with Jonathan Walters.
I mean, obviously the distraction of John Walters as well. Has that been a distraction?
No, absolutely none whatsoever. Why would that be a distraction? I find that all very, very strange.
Well, it's funny because I was writing in my report that it was almost like a vindication, because there goes David Norris, your new captain, and he goes and scores. And
yeah, and obviously that's long may it continue.
Well, good old Derek. He looks pretty well there, doesn't he?
QPR manager Neil Warnock taking his time to get reacquainted with Bramall Lane, his home for 8 years. By the end of the day, though, another manager would have departed. Now, Warnock would have surely been out of his dugout early on if he'd been in charge of the Blades. Jamie Ward livid he wasn't awarded a penalty. And to add to the injustice, from the resultant breakaway, Rangers opened the scoring. The fourth pass of the move releasing Hogan Ephraim. And he had so much time, he could have probably put the kettle on before slotting home. Now, QPR's only previous league win in 11 visits to Bramall Lane was over 16 years ago. But when Ephraim then turned provider for Jamie Mackie, the result looked safe, the forward claiming his second league goal in as many games. Sheffield United were dumped out of the Carling Cup by lower league opponents Hartlepool on Wednesday night, and the pressure was clearly mounting for United manager Blackwell. That only intensified when goalkeeper Steve Simonson was caught out by the fast reactions of Adel Taarabt. The Moroccan stepped up to take the ensuing spot kick. Rangers 3 up at the break. Now, Neil Warnock wasn't the only name to be making a return to his former club. Goalkeeper Paddy Kenny moved to Loftus Road in the summer, and he was on top form to keep out Richard Cresswell. The frustration was to continue for the Blades, who were denied what looked like a decent penalty shout when Clint Hill brought down Ched Evans. The Welshman's protest fell on deaf ears, though. 3-0 it finished. And just after the final whistle, news emerged that Sheffield United had parted company with Kevin Blackwell by mutual consent. He becomes the second managerial casualty of the season. The search for his successor begins.
Come on, you Bluebirds!
There's been too much negativity about Cardiff, according to striker Michael Chopra, and the team want to prove the doubters wrong. Well, the club survived a winding-up order during the week, and it was Chopra who lifted spirits early on with a cool finish past Stephen Bywater. The Rams' winning start at Leeds last weekend was followed by a disappointing Carling Cup exit to Crewe. Thankfully, it was a league form on show on 25 minutes. Thomas Shivka the quickest to react, his first goal for the club. Peter Whittingham's goals helped propel Cardiff into the playoff final last season, but he's yet to find his range so far this campaign. But with 12 minutes to play, the man who scored 25 goals from midfield last season made a telling contribution. Stephen Bywater spilled his daisy cutter, Chris Burke on hand for the simplest of finishes. Cardiff were involved in the only draw on the first weekend of the Championship season. They somehow managed to avoid a second one thanks to a double save from David Marshall and some committed defending. 2-1 it finished.
Still to come on the show, plenty of goals at the Liberty Stadium, where Swansea take on Preston. And a terrific tussle from London as Charlton travelled to Leyton Orient.